So I woke up this morning and I thought, I should teach you guys the word noggin. Noggin. Do you know what noggin means? Noggin means your head. Your head, okay? So if you punch someone in the noggin, that means you punch someone in the head. Okay? So this is your noggin. Your noggin. But when I was thinking about that this morning, I realized I don't know how to spell the word noggin. How do you spell the word noggin? Noggin. Do you know how to spell the word noggin? I still don't know how to spell it. I didn't look it up. I was thinking about it. And I thought, you know what? I'm not going to look it up because I want to tell you something. Okay? And what I want to tell you is that very often there are words in spoken English that are very common, that are very rarely used in written English. Okay, like the word noggin, I've used that probably a lot in my life in spoken English, but I don't ever remember writing it. Okay, that's probably why I don't know how to spell it. Just because I never use it in real life, in writing. I use it in speaking, but not in writing. Okay, so sometimes there are words we use in spoken English, but not really in written English. And sometimes there are words we use a lot more in written English that we never really use in spoken English. Okay, so I want you to remember that. Okay, that's why English spelling is sometimes really challenging. Now, I made a video a few days ago where I misspelled the word Christmas carol. Carol is supposed to have one R, but I used two R's. So that was a mistake. And then I made another video where I talked about that mistake and I apologized for that mistake. But in that video, I made another spelling mistake. Okay, so the mistake I made in the second video was the word phase. Phase. If you say that doesn't faze me. You could say cold weather doesn't faze me. That means cold weather doesn't bother me. It doesn't affect me. I'm tough. It doesn't faze me. Okay, so that is spelled F-A-Z-E. F-A-Z-E. But I made a mistake and I spelled it P-H-A-S-E, like the other kind of phase, right? Which means a period of time, right? You could say, in high school, I went through a phase where I was pretty depressed. Okay, so that kind of phase, which is P-H-A-S-E, is like a period of time. Okay, a phase. So I got both those words mixed up, phase and phase. So I just want to say I'm sorry about that, but also I just want to tell you, English spelling is a nightmare. It's just a nightmare. Did you know that Spanish kids learn how to read twice as fast as English kids? Spanish kids learn how to read twice as fast as English kids. Why? Well, it's because their language makes sense. Spanish is a very good language. It makes sense, right? It's the same as a lot of other languages in the world. It's easy to read. Like German, for example. I think German kids would probably learn how to read twice as fast as English kids too. You know, I was studying German for a while, and I never had any problems reading German. German's a really easy language to read. Same for Spanish. And like I said, other languages too. But when it comes to English, English is just a nightmare. English spelling is just brutal. So if you're having challenges with English spelling, don't worry about it. Don't sweat it. Don't sweat it. It means, don't worry about it. It's okay, because even English teachers make tons of spelling mistakes in English because English spelling is just so hard. Now, I'm going to post a word right up here, okay? And I want you to tell me how to pronounce it. How would you pronounce this word here? Think about it. Do you know that word? Now, in Spanish, imagine if you're a Spanish kid and you're learning how to read. Okay, how would you say this word? Well, you would say colonel, right? Colonel. Colonel. It's easy, right? How old do you think a Spanish kid would be, in order to read this? Well, I think probably a kid like 5 or 6 years old could read this, colonel, right? But in English, it's not that. In English, this word is pronounced colonel. Colonel. We say an R, but there is no R in the word. What? Colonel. So imagine that you're an English kid, right? How old do you think you would be when you learned how to pronounce this word correctly? Well, I would say probably about 10 or 11, maybe 12 years old before you were pronouncing it correctly every single time you read it. Like for me, when I see this word, I know how to say it. It's colonel. Colonel. I would never, ever make the mistake and say colonel. But it takes time, right? I'm sure when I was a kid, I sometimes made mistakes and it took me a long time to learn it, right? So that's why Spanish kids and probably German and other languages, that's why those kids learn how to read so much faster than English kids, because their languages just make sense. In English, we have so many words that don't make any sense, and you have to learn the whole word. You just have to learn how the word looks and how to say that word. You can't sound it out. How would I spell that word, right? Because in English spelling, there are rules, but there are so many exceptions to the rules that it just makes it extremely hard to learn. So English reading and writing, spelling, all of that is really hard. So if you're struggling with that, hey, I just want you to know, even teachers, even native English speakers struggle with that. It takes a long time to learn how to read English. So just go easy on yourself. Don't beat yourself up if you don't know how to pronounce a word like this. Doesn't make any sense. Why is it colonel? Right? The word colonel looks a lot like the word colony. Colony. That's another English word. Colony. Well, that word makes sense. Colony. So why isn't this colonel? We don't say curreny, right? If this word is colonel, then the word colony should be curreny. Curreny. But it's not, right? It's just how it is. You have to learn each word separately, and it's a nightmare. So I just want to tell you, English spelling is a nightmare. Don't sweat your mistakes. Don't sweat it. It means don't worry about it. Sometimes the English language is just out to lunch. Out to lunch means it's just crazy. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, so don't worry about your mistakes. Don't let your mistakes stop you from trying, because that's a good thing. Imagine if I made those 2 videos with 2 mistakes, 2 videos back to back with spelling mistakes as an English teacher. That's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. So what I could do is I could say, oh no, I made those mistakes. They were embarrassing. That's it. I'm going to delete those videos. I'm going to try to hide the evidence. And I'm just going to stop making videos. I'm not a good teacher. I'm just going to stop making videos. Would that be a good response to my mistakes? Well, no, that wouldn't be, because then I would stop making videos and stop helping you. The truth is that I've helped thousands of people around the world through my videos. I get nice comments all the time. People say, thank you so much, Mark. You're really helping me. You're helping me learn English. So thank you so much. And, I'm just trying to help you guys, but people make mistakes. So just think about me, right? I'm not letting those mistakes, I'm not going to quit my YouTube channel. I'm not going to quit this because I'm committed to it. I'm committed to it even though I make mistakes. So that's how I want you to be. Don't remove yourself from the world just because you make mistakes. We need you. We need you. We love you. Despite your mistakes, in spite of your mistakes, I want whatever you have. If you make English mistakes in your comments, don't worry about it. Spelling mistakes, don't worry about it. Leave some comments. Ask me some questions down there. You can tell me, you can give me some feedback on some of my videos. It's okay. You know, if you make spelling mistakes, if you make mistakes in pronunciation, in every part of English, you're going to make mistakes, and that's good. I want you to make more mistakes. Make more mistakes because that's how we learn. Now, I probably won't make that mistake again. Phase is spelled F-A-Z-E. I'll probably remember that for the rest of my life. Why? Because it was embarrassing, and I learned from it. The same for Christmas Carol. I probably won't make that mistake because it's embarrassing. And you know what I'm going to do? After this video, I'm going to look up how to write noggin. Noggin. How do you think you should spell noggin? Let me know. Take a guess down there. If I were to guess, well, I know it's the first vowel is O, right? Nog. N-O-G. I think it probably has 2 G's because it's a short vowel sound. Noggin. Noggin. You know, very often the vowel in unstressed syllables turns into the schwa sound. Okay, so I don't know what that vowel is. Is it noggin with an O? Is it an O? Is it an E? Is it an A? Is it an I? Noggin. Noggin. I say noggin. I don't know which vowel it is. I'm going to take a guess, and I'm going to say it's an O. I could be completely wrong, so let me know your guess down there. Maybe you know it. Maybe you're smarter than me. Maybe you've written it before. But like I said, there are a lot of words in English that I've probably used a lot in my speech, but I've never used in my writing. So, like I said, don't sweat it. Take your guess how you spell noggin down there. Let me know all your problems and frustrations and about the English language. I can take it. I know English isn't great, but English helps a lot of people, and that's why I just want to help you guys. So hope you're having a wonderful day, and let me know your thoughts down there. Any future spelling issues that you want me to clarify, I'd be happy to make videos on those, even though I'm not a perfect English speller, as you guys have seen this week. But anyway, keep going, keep it going. Hope you're having a wonderful day, and I'll see you over in the next episode of Mad English TV. Take care.